Yo, what is up YouTube? It's Ty, and today guys we're back with another NBA talk video. So in today's video guys we'll be going over the ESPN's top 100 players list for 2021. I have not actually looked at this list yet. It's been about a week since it came out, but all I know is that, or at least all I've heard so far, is that it is absolutely terrible. So I guess let's get to making fun of some professional sports writers. So I'm not going to go like super in depth on it here. I'm just really going to find the really bad stuff and pick it out and talk about it. So yeah, if you guys do like NBA content like this though, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Trying to grow this channel. So yeah, I guess let's get on to the start of it. So at 100 we got Joe Harris. Nothing wrong here. Okay, first wrong thing I see. This isn't totally terrible, but you know it's pretty bad. We got LaMarcus Aldridge at 95. Now, what this is, just to clarify what this list is really quickly, it is they're thinking about how good they'll be this season. They're not thinking about how good they were last season. They're just thinking about how good they will be this season. But LaMarcus Aldridge really at 95, below Ricky Rubio. Come on. I mean, he deserves a little bit more respect than that, you'd think, right? So that's not terribly wrong. Same with Jarrett Allen at 94, below Ricky Rubio. I mean, I feel like Jarrett Allen, at least this season, playing alongside KD and Kyrie, will just have a lot more scoring opportunities. Probably have a great season, but ESPN thinks otherwise. Next one, Seth Curry and Mitchell Robinson, below Patrick Beverley. I mean, the only thing that Patrick Beverley has on, like, Seth Curry is defense. But, like, Seth Curry is just a miles better shooter. And Mitchell Robinson's probably just better than both of them. So, that's a little thing right there. Keep going, though. Buddy Hield below Brook Lopez. I get that Buddy Hield is not happy in Sacramento, but that does not mean he is not good. He is definitely better than Brook Lopez. Definitely better than Brook Lopez. Keep going up, though, and here's the first massive problem I see. What are you doing, ESPN? John Wall and DeMar DeRozan are worse than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Eric Gordon. Or not Eric Gordon, Aaron Gordon. You're saying that John Wall and DeMar DeRozan, two former All-Stars. Now, I get that they're both probably a little bit past their prime. I don't really know about John Wall, but I know that DeMar is a little bit past his prime at this point. That does not mean that they aren't better than Aaron Gordon and KCP. In fact, they're probably even better than Dennis Schroeder and Josh Richardson, and Montrez, and Duncan Robinson, and Miles Turner, and Bojan. Like, I feel like these players, I get that they have come off rough things, but that does not mean that they are worse than Aaron Gordon and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. First absolutely terrible thing that we've seen so far, and I have a bad feeling there's a lot more to come. As we keep going, we get to D'Angelo Russell, not a name I expected to see all the way down here almost at 70. So, right, here's what they're saying, right? D'Angelo Russell is worse than OG Anunoby, Eric Gordon, Serge Ibaka, and Blake Griffin. Like, and probably even Kevin Love, right? I think that, personally, D'Angelo Russell is better than all 5 of the next 5 players on the list. Come on, man. It's D'Angelo Russell. It's like, he's probably even, like, top. Like, Robert Covington is 10 spots, almost 10 spots ahead of D'Angelo Russell. No. D'Angelo Russell probably moves up, like, 20 spots on this. Seriously. As we keep going, obviously, Robert Covington should not be at 60. Zach LaVine, Tobias Harris, and Tyler Herro and Goran Dragic, and Christian Wood are lower than Lonzo Ball. Now, I actually don't have that big of a problem with this. I think Lonzo's going to have a really good season this year because he's got, Zion, Brandon Ingram. Like, this Pelicans team is going to be good, so I think Lonzo will be good as well. But come on. Better than Zach LaVine. Better than Tobias Harris. Like, come on. What are you guys doing? So we've already found some major problems, and we have only made it to 50. And problems get bigger and bigger always as you get higher up in the ranks. So that's rough. That's rough. So as we continue on, we've got Spencer Dinwiddie ranked ahead of Domantas Sabonis, Yusuf Nurkic, DeAndre Ayton, and Michael Porter Jr. Spencer Dinwiddie is coming off the bench this season. Spencer Dinwiddie is coming off of the bench, and you're saying he's worse than the best player on the Pacers, in my opinion. A player who's going to have a breakout year in DeAndre Ayton because of Chris Paul, and Yusuf Nurkic, a near all-star center. Spencer Dinwiddie. It's better than all these players. Okay. But the next thing I see, especially as a Celtics fan, really gives me problems. Kemba Walker, all the way down at 48. Now, that's basically like saying Kemba Walker has no chance of being an all-star. So I think it's like the top 26 players get to be all-stars, and putting him at 48 means that he has literally zero chance of making an all-star game. If that whole all-star conversation is not enough for you, comparing him to the next couple players on the list, he's better than Victor Oladipo, better than Karis LeVert. They put Gordon Hayward ahead of Kemba Walker. They put Draymond Green ahead of Kemba Walker. They put Jaren Jackson Jr., Nikola Vucevic ahead of Kemba Walker. I get they need a tough playoffs, but that does not mean that he is worse than Gordon Hayward, Karis LeVert, Victor Oladipo, and Draymond Green. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, yeah, also, can I just point out here that Gordon Hayward is on the Atlanta Hawks. Gordon Hayward is not on the Atlanta Hawks, for those of you who don't know. Gordon Hayward is on the Charlotte Hornets. But they're saying that Gordon Hayward... Looks like a 5-year-old made this freaking list, bro. Gordon Hayward on the Atlanta Hawks. Gordon Hayward is not on the Atlanta Hawks. This came out 7 days ago. Gordon Hayward signed a month ago. Like, you cannot... Oh, my God. Gordon Hayward on the Atlanta Hawks? Come on. I don't know why Draymond Green is at 44 ahead of Gordon Hayward, Karis LeVert, Victor Oladipo, Kemba Walker. Then we have Kristaps Porzingis at 41. Again, that's like saying Kristaps Porzingis has zero chance of making the All-Star game next season. Where he definitely has higher than a 0% chance of making the All-Star game. They also put him below Fred VanVleet, Malcolm Brogdon, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Marcus Smart. I love Marcus Smart. But is Kristaps Porzingis worse than Marcus Smart? The answer is absolutely not. Just, again, right? They're saying that Marcus Smart is better than Kemba Walker. Yeah, ESPN, you should hire me next year, not whoever you had making this list, because this list is messed up. Yeah, so they have Fred VanVleet, Malcolm Brogdon, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Marcus Smart all above Kristaps Porzingis. They're saying that Marcus Smart is almost as good as First off, guys, Kristaps Porzingis is probably better than Russell Westbrook. It's pretty close, but honestly, I think Kristaps Porzingis is better than Russell Westbrook, and they have Russell Westbrook 5 spots ahead of him. But honestly, I think Russell Westbrook should be way higher than 36. Again, bringing up this argument, putting Russell Westbrook at 36 basically means he has a very slim chance of making the All-Star game next year. I mean, I get that he had a tough playoffs, but he even had a pretty good season. It wasn't a great season, but it wasn't a bad season, and he didn't have good playoffs, but come on. Worse than De'Aaron Fox? I mean, he's talented. I mean, I know he's had some bad years, but 36. Come on. Chris Middleton, probably worse than Russell Westbrook. De'Aaron Fox, worse than Russell Westbrook. Drew Holiday, worse than Russell Westbrook. Jaylen Brown, worse than Russell Westbrook. Ja, worse than Russell Westbrook. I don't know. That's where it gets close. Next problem I have, John Morant below Kyle Lowry. Get the Ja is very young, and he's going to have a crazy season next year, I think at least. Probably better than Kyle Lowry's season. As we continue, I don't get why Trae Young is ranked so close to Kyle Lowry. And even worse than that, Trae Young is ranked below C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum is the second best player on a team that was this close to missing the playoffs. Trae Young, I get he's the best player on a terrible team, but I think the Hawks have a chance at making the playoffs this year. Trae Young is worse than C.J. McCollum. Why is C.J. McCollum at 27? And why is Trae Young at 29? Trae Young should probably be in like the mid to low 20s. CJ should probably be somewhere in the 30s or 40s. Why is CJ ahead of Trae Young? Why is CJ ahead of Brandon Ingram? Enough about that. Rudy Gobert 26, not terrible. Kyrie, Pascal, Cat. Why is Cat 23? I mean, it's not that bad, but really 23? Could not find a better place to put Cat other than 23, whatever. Bradley Beal, fine. Jamal, fine. Paul George, a lot of people were not happy about putting him at 20. They said he should be closer to 30. Honestly, I think Paul George is still a very solid NBA player. He should probably be up here. Zion, whatever. Donovan Mitchell, sure, he's better than Zion. Booker, I don't know if he's really better than Donovan. He probably is, yeah. Simmons, sure. Chris Paul, sure. Joel Embiid, sure. Bam Adebayo ahead of Joel Embiid, I have a little bit of a problem with. I think that Joel is just a better player than Bam, but this is a projection list, so maybe Bam does take a jump this year and he becomes better than Joel Embiid, but I honestly think that's unlikely. Personally here, I think Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler should be swapped. Personally, I think Jimmy Butler is just a little bit better. Jokic at 10, fine, whatever. James Harden at 9, sure. I understand why he's behind Steph Curry. Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. 3 championships. James Harden, 0 championships. Loses to Steph Curry a lot. Not the greatest three-point shooter of all time. You get it. Steph Curry, below Damien. They didn't even spell Damien Lillard's name right. Like, come on. It's spelled with a D-A-M-I-A-N. They couldn't even take the time to spell Damien Lillard's name right, and they put him ahead of Steph Curry. I have no idea who made this list, but they need to be fired immediately. Steph Curry, first off, is better than Damien Lillard. No questions asked. And also, at least figure out how to spell the word Damien Lillard before you put him on your list. KD at 6, sure. I'd personally put him a little bit lower because of his injury, but whatever. Kawhi at 5, I'd personally put him a spot higher. Luka at 4, sure. They didn't even put Giannis' last name on the list. But here is probably the biggest problem in the whole list, potentially. Why in the world is Anthony Davis at second place? Why? I don't get it. Anthony Davis is not the second best player in the NBA, and I can say that for sure. I get that he just came off a good championship run, but there is no way that Anthony Davis is better than Giannis or Kawhi Leonard. No way that Anthony Davis is better than Giannis. You cannot put Anthony Davis ahead of Giannis. What are you guys doing? Whoever made this list needs to be fired. Oh my god, bro. What are you doing? Giannis at... Personally, if I had to make a top 5 really quickly, LeBron 1, Giannis 2, Kawhi 3, AD 4, Luka 5. AD is not the second best player. I love AD, but he is not the second best player in the league. But I guess that's going to do it. This is probably the worst top 100 list I have ever seen. No questions asked. I mean, I haven't seen that many top 100 lists, but this one is by far the worst. I have no idea who wrote this. They need to be fired. They need to hire me. I would do a lot better than whoever this person is. But I guess that's going to do it. So if you guys enjoy, I know this is a very long video, but hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. NBA content pretty often. Not really scheduled, but pretty often. So if you guys enjoy, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. ESPN, get a better top 100 list maker.